doorstep, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home. Now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
The heart of farming season is coming up, and Caton International is your HIH dealer in Crofton, Nebraska. Caton International offers top-notch parts and service to keep your equipment running smoothly all season long. Their team of experts is there to help with any maintenance or repairs you may need, so you can focus on what you do best, farming. And don't forget to check out their website for the latest deals and promotions. Whether you're in the market for a new piece of equipment or just need some replacement parts, Caton International has you covered.
We travel in packs. Fearless first-timers and go-getters. Sightseers and mudslingers. Trail conquerors and adrenaline junkies. We believe great rides deserve great company. And wherever the ride takes us, there's always room for one more.
Experience the enduring legacy of Castlewood Farms Elevator, a farmer-owned cooperative that has served the ag community for more than a century. Dedicated to enhancing efficiency and offering superior services, they provide a comprehensive range of crop nutrition, protection products, commercial fertilizer, and livestock feed. Visit CastlewoodElevator.com or give them a call today. Your ultimate destination for agriculture needs is Castlewood Farmers Elevator.
Discover a piece of Americana at Cone's Corner, a renowned 1920s rural gas station turned firearm haven in the upper Midwest. Since 2004, their updated store has preserved nostalgia with gas pumps and snacks for travelers alongside a selection of 2,500 firearms. Purchase in-store or through Charlie for global delivery. They buy single guns, entire collections, and offer trades. Whether you're a collector or looking to sell, they've got you covered. Cone's Corner, proud sponsor of Castlewood Youth Athletics and Events.
At Heartland State Bank, our customers are at the center of everything we do. Heartland State Bank is a family-owned community bank and here for you. We have an experienced lending staff for fast, local decisions. Heartland State Bank offers competitive rates and is proud to provide uptown services with a hometown touch. With 4 locations in Redfield, Tulare, Wessington, and Highmore, we aspire to support the communities we live and work in. Heartland State Bank, member FDIC.
It may seem like the smallest town in South Dakota, so how could it have everything you need when you may find yourself in the middle of nowhere? But at Canova Service Center, whatever you may need in the middle of nowhere, that's where they are. Fencing, lumberyard, hardware, oil changes, tire sales, and repair. Rental equipment, feed bunks, cattle shelters, convenience store, and more. So no, you're not in the middle of nowhere. It's the Canova Service Center.
We're your local one-stop shop. This is Angela, owner and operator of Amcota Farm and Home Center. From the DIYers, fixer-uppers, to contractors, we have what you need to get the job done. Building supplies, Valspar paint, and tools, Crystal X tubs, fencing supplies, and bog boots for your farm needs. We know how busy life can get. We offer delivery to make your life easier. Amcota Farm and Home Center on Dakota Avenue in Wessington Springs. Big city value.
If you love being outside, solving problems, and working with your hands, apply now at James Valley Landscape Solutions. James Valley offers on-the-job training in all aspects of the green industry, with modern equipment and technology and competitive pay. Benefits include overtime pay, healthcare, dental, vision, and more. Apply now at jamesvalleylandscape.com or in person at 600 West Spruce in Mitchell.
Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator is a proud supporter of the Mount Vernon Mustangs at the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator has been servicing the Mount Vernon area for over 75 years. See them for your agronomy and feed needs no matter the farming season. They will take care of all your grain handling needs as well. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator would like to wish the Mustangs and all the teams best of luck at the state tournament.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Each family's needs are different and special. Will Funeral Chapel will listen with sensitivity, answer all questions, and respect your choices. The Will Funeral Chapel staff can assist you in planning and coordinating all the details. They will explain all the different options to make you feel at ease and most comfortable with all the decisions. Find out more by visiting their website at willfuneralchapel.com. Their sincerest hope is that you and your family will be comforted by their efforts.
Are you in need of high-quality lumber for your next project? Looking for top-notch agronomy services to keep your crops thriving? Need a reliable source of propane and fuel for your home or business? Look no further than Tabor Lumber Co-op. Whether you're a seasoned contractor or a DIY enthusiast, Tabor Lumber Co-op has everything you need to get the job done right. And with their competitive prices and top-notch customer service, you'll be glad you chose Tabor Lumber Co-op for all your lumber, propane, and agronomy services.
Do you have a pest problem?
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to beautiful Cadwell Park for game number 23 of the South Dakota State Class B Amateur Baseball Tournament. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Charlie Crean. We've got you covered for the first game here. The first game of the two teams on your scoreboard, the Mount Vernon Mustangs and the Winter Colome Pheasants, both out of the Sunshine League. Before we get to how they got here, should be a very entertaining one today.
Yeah, absolutely, Cole. Excited to be here in a Sunshine League tilt here in Mitchell. Nothing better. Should be a great crowd coming in. Kind of an interesting day, you know, as far as weather goes. A really strong south wind of all winds, and some severe weather to the south of us as well. So we'll see how that affects our night. But it should be a great time here at Cadwell Park, Cole.
Yes, it should be. And while we've got a second, let's take a look at how both teams got to this point here in the second to last game of the quarterfinals. First, we'll start with the information for the Mount Vernon Mustangs. They come into this game officially 10-10-1. Now, you may be asking how that's possible. First game of the year in almost like a scrimmage game or a non-league game against Lesterville. They were tied 6-6 after the ninth, decided to call it. Manager is Derek Denning. They come out of the Sunshine League. They are representative number 2. They lost to Dimmick Emery 6-4, defeated the Parkston Rays 12-6, defeated Alexandria 10-3 to qualify, and in the state tournament first round, they defeated the Salem Cubs in a back-and-forth battle 4-3. And now we turn it over to the other side for the Winter Colome Pheasants. They come in 20-1 on the season. Their managers, Austin Calhoun, Austin Ritchie, and Reed Harder. They were the Sunshine League champions there in District 5. They defeated the Parkston Rays 15-5, defeated Dimmick Emery 9-4, and defeated Platt 7-3. In the state tournament first round, they defeated the Chamberlain Mallards 8-0.
Yeah, both teams feeling good coming into this game. Both teams hot as well, Cole. So these two teams about to do battle for the third time this season. You know, I've always said it's hard to beat a team twice, but it's really hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yes, it is. And as they got the national anthem here at Cadwell Park, we will step away, come back in 90 seconds on Live Ticket TV.
Bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The right nutrition, animal health, and record management is key to having a profitable cattle program. That's why you want to work with the people at Farmco, who will take the time to learn your operation and help you grow your business. We are your full-service agriculture provider of feed, seed, animal health, farm, and ranching equipment built on terrific service. Get to know Farmco locally owned and serving you in Chamberlain, Platt, Winter, and east of Kimball at the Paragon. Visit us online at farmcosd.com. Farmco, feeding your future.
Agronomy Plus in Mitchell, Rock Creek in Howard, and Valley Station in Armour are your 100% locally owned team of agronomy experts. We offer Agronomy 365, which provides info in real time to make decisions that result in better, more profitable farming. We know you and your operation with service beyond compare. Get a jump on spring planning with Agronomy Plus in Mitchell, Rock Creek in Howard, and Valley Station in Armour. We are ag done right, the American way.
You're committed to building relationships, to exceeding expectations, to serving your community. Choose a financial partner that shares your vision and your values. For 130 years, we've stood by South Dakotans. We've been there, we'll be there. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West, member FDIC.
C&B is proud to support our local farmers. Rooted in agriculture, we are committed to our customers. You can shop local with C&B, your John Deere dealer, providing you with new and used equipment, parts on hand, and service all year round. Our entire inventory is available to you online at DeereEquipment.com. C&B, proud to be your local John Deere dealer.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. We just had the national anthem here between Mount Vernon and Winter Colome as a local celebrity. You
can see his hat in the bottom.
You can see his hat in the bottom.
Cut off this.
Local celebrity. His name was just listed in the Mitchell paper, but don't bring that up to him. He's not too happy about that. He's walking across the front of the screen. First of all, let's get to the starting lineups. First, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Mount Vernon Mustangs. They will go like this. Starting in center field and batting first is number 5, Spencer Negebauer. In left field is number 12, Walker Holtgren. At third base is number 2, Chase Hetland. At shortstop is number 14, Bradley Dean. Interesting move not to start him on the bump here tonight, but we'll see about that later in the game, maybe in relief. The pickup player from the Rays, the second baseman, number 11, is Jonah Schmidt. The first baseman, number 4, Eric Giblin. Behind the plate will be number 19, Brady Albrecht. Out in right field is number 16, Cameron Deinert. And the pitcher DH is number 10, Derek Denning. That is how the Mustangs will start. Here, the 5:30 game. Now let's move over to the home team on the scoreboard, the Winter Colome Pheasants. Leading off and doing the pitching and the designated hitter duty will be number 8, Derek Gracer. The center fielder will be number 6, Drew Demers. The second baseman, number 15, Reed Harder. Chandler Bakley will be behind the plate and is wearing number 27. I have them backwards. My apologies about that. The left fielder, the really, really talented Legion player, number 28, Aiden Barfus. At first base is number 50, Dylan Lamley. Over at third is number 16, Austin Ritchie. At shortstop is the pickup player, number 8, Dylan Solik, and out in right field is number 25, Austin Calhoun. That is how the Winter Colome Pheasants will round up their lineup, and just like that, leading off is Spencer Negebauer.
Yeah, excellent timing, Cole. It's almost like we planned that.
Yeah, just a little bit. First pitch, 5:30 on the dot.
Yeah, that's nice. You know, you always play that game with first pitches, in the first rounds, but you get to the second round and, you don't have those first pitches, and I'll tell you what, it moves along a lot faster.
First two pitches were called strikes to Negebauer, so Gracer already working quickly on the mound. Here's the 0-2 delivery. That one's going to be lined out into the softball fields. 0-2 still the count.
Yeah, we'll see what Negebauer can do here. Obviously, he's got a long history with Derek Gracer on the mound. He's played against him for years now for the Mustangs, and he knows what he has. It's just a matter if he can get a hold of one.
Probably playing as longer than we can remember, as the 0-2 delivery misses just outside for ball number 1. 1-2. Negebauer on the season. I just had it up in front of me. Now I don't. I believe a 260 hitter in there.
253, but he goes down swinging there, Cole.
That'll be out number 1. First strikeout of the game for Derek Gracer, as you can see it on our live ticket instant replay.
And good placement there, Cole. If you watch this one again, you see obviously Dale Larsh in the back, but watch the movement on that pitch. It cuts right down, and that's really hard to get a hold of.
Yes, it is. That's really hard ball to even hit, let alone get good contact with. As now with one out, that'll bring up the left fielder, Walker Holtgren. New addition to this Mustang squad this year. Very good pitcher and batter for Dakota State. in his collegiate career.
Yeah, a college pickup for the Mustangs was huge this year, especially after Briggs Havlick makes the move over to Hartford Humboldt. And so to pick up a guy like him is big, and to have him out in left field is nice too. So it's pretty big for them. And Cameron Deinert used to be their left fielder, I believe, but now he's in right.
Yep, that's one of those deals too with Cameron Deinert. He can move pretty much anywhere around the outfield, and he'll be fine.
They got a pretty darn good outfield as far as speed goes.
I was going to say, a lot of speed out there in the outfield with Holtgren in left, Negebauer, the black hole in center, and Deinert out in right.
The black hole, I like that. It's true, though.
It is. This one grounded sharply over to first. Lamley flips to Gracer, and that will be out number 2, so just about through the gap for Walker Holtgren, but he goes down for the second out of the inning. That will bring up the third baseman. Number 2, Chase Hetland, comes in on the year a .338 hitter with 22 hits.
Yeah, .338, Cole. It's the second leading batting average for the Mustangs coming into this, and he's pretty confident. And obviously another one of those veterans who's played at this park plenty of years and used to be a pickup player when the Mustangs, well, I guess the Cardinals at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Hetland used to get picked up all the time, so he's played a lot here. And he's pretty confident in what he has. Talked to him a little bit before the game, too, and wished him the best of luck in this one.
Watch the first pitch well outside for ball number 1. Bakley lost it for just a moment, but gets it back there to the Goose on the mound.
Yeah, the Goose.
Quite a few nicknames on this Winter Colome roster, but I believe that's the most prominent, almost most famous, you could say, is the Goose.
Yeah, I'd say almost everybody knows who you're talking about when you mention the Goose, at least in the South Dakota amateur baseball world.
So that 1-0 pitch was fouled, and we'll go 1-1. I believe home plate umpire Lloyd Jones, if I'm not mistaken, but I have been wrong before.
You know, as I was pulling in today, Lloyd was coming from that house directly over to the east of us, Cole. I didn't know if he changed in there or what, but he was walking from that house.
Oh, really?
And that's how I knew that Lloyd was behind the plate today.
There you go. The 1-1 delivery misses outside for 2-1. Hetland, there's a good shot of him. Not afraid to take quite a few pitches. He'll swing at the ones he likes. If not, he'll be watching. The 2-1, that one's going to be fouled down and hit the Avera Medical tent.
Might even be over to Brock's car.
It might be. I hope the Mr. Commissioner Greenfield over there didn't park too close to the fence. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. You know what that means. Early, deuces are wild here in the top of 1. The 2-2 going to be grounded softly over to first. Lamley flips to Gracer, and that'll be out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Mustangs in the top of 1. We'll head to the bottom of the first in 90 seconds.
Live Ticket TV continues to grow and bring you more sports coverage than ever before. And now, Live Ticket TV is happy to announce their partnership into college athletics with Dakota Wesleyan University. That's right, Tiger Nation. Live Ticket TV and DWU have teamed up to bring you coverage of all home sporting activities for the Tigers. If you'd like to advertise during these sporting events, give Live Ticket TV a call. Dakota Wesleyan University Sports, now on Live Ticket TV.
B&S Services LLC is your locally owned repair service center. We specialize in full-service automotive, semi-trailer, and small engine repair, along with tire services. Repair services range from a simple oil change to sharpening mower blades to a more complicated electrical diagnosis. Located at 38058 South Dakota Highway 34, look for us on the hill heading west out of town. Phone Cody Barber 605-350-4293 and Arian Schooler 605-770-9398. B&S Services LLC is a proud sponsor of Wessington Springs Spartans Athletic.
Dimmick Cheese has been...
Welcome back to Cadwell Park. Bottom of the first inning, the Winter Colome Pheasants coming to the bat. They will bring to the plate Derek Gracer, Drew Demers, and Reed Harder. The starting lineups and the team info and how they got here, that was all brought to us by Shields. Shields carries world-class brands and back every product they carry with their Shields guarantee. You can feel confident knowing you're purchasing the same footwear, apparel, and gear professionals rely on. Proud sponsor of the lineups here in all 37 games of the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament here in Mitchell. Gracer to lead off, launches the first one up and in for ball 1.
Got a pretty good record coming in, Cole. 21-1. So only one fall on the year, and I think it was kind of a game they should have won, too, if I recall.
I believe it was very early in the season, like May to Platte.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a team that's still alive, too, Cole.
That is true.
So maybe the team that Winter Colome doesn't want to see is Platte. As a bender thrown by Denning a little inside, but 2-1, Cole. And I think these two teams are probably going to feel each other out here for the first few innings before we get anything rolling.
Yeah, it'll be a pretty good pitching matchup on the mound here for the first probably 2.5, 3 innings. And then it's going to come down to, I think, whichever team really gets the bats rolling. In my opinion, these two teams very familiar with each other as Gracer fouls one back to the burger stand. No, didn't even get there. Ran into the grandstand. Now full count. I believe it was 13-6 in favor of Winter Colome, and also 13-3 were the two scores this year.
So we'll see if 13 is the number that Winter Colome gets to today.
Gracer,
it's a good spot.
Flies one down the line. Diner giving chase, just foul. And so we will do it again.
You know, if that was in play, I think Diner would have got there.
I think so. And it was really close because the wind, in case you can't see it, maybe we switch to a wide shot so we can get the flag out in center field, blowing just about straight out of the south, maybe out of the southwest a little bit.
It's just a weird wind today. You never get this.
It's blowing out, which is odd here in Cadwell Park.
Which probably benefits the Pheasants more than anybody.
3-2, big swing and a miss for strike number 3, and the Goose goes down swinging. The first out of both halves of the inning have been a strikeout swinging.
I think that's a big confidence booster for Derek Denning on the mound, you know, to get Goose to go down of all people right away. And a leadoff capacity is huge.
And while we're talking about Derek, his pitching stats in the year appeared in 10 games. He's 5-3. And this is before the tournament, but he didn't pitch in that anyway, so these are still accurate. 66 innings pitched, 52 strikeouts, 29 walks. He threw 1,054 pitches on the season. As that one just misses to Drew Demers. Demers, like kind of said in their first game, almost a down year for him batting, and he's batting .350.
That one might be trouble with the wind.
High fly to left, and Holtgren backs up to the fence, takes a couple steps forward, and makes the catch for out number 2.
Holtgren kept going, and I'm like, oh, my. But, no, the wind, Cole, that was a hard-hit ball, no kidding, but it just got up there high enough where the wind really took that thing and brought Holtgren all the way back to, I'd say, close to .350.
Yeah, it was a long ways back there right in front of that Hampton Inn sign out there in left field.
It's a poke.
That is a long way.
That's a poke.
That is just about on the other side of town in Mount Vernon. Reed Harder lines one out into center. It's going to drop. Negebauer couldn't quite get there. Harder's on his horse. He's going to go to second. He will round second and head to third. The throw in will not be in time. Sliding triple for Reed Harder.
Wow. What's some speed there from Reed Harder. But I'll tell you what, you mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Spencer Negebauer, the black hole out in center field. Well, that's a base hit for just about any other center fielder, and it gets through, and Harder ends up standing up or sliding into third base. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, just got a little on the dive. I got to imagine that the wind also toying with that one a little bit too. As we get a tidbit from the lovely John Acree of 605 Sports, that is the 6th triple of the season for Reed Harder. On the first pitch by Bakley, that one's flied out foul territory by third base, and Hetland and Dean will give chase as well as Holtgren. That's just a little too far, almost went in the parking lot.
Yeah, early game plan, Cole, from the Pheasants appears to get under it and let it go.
Absolutely, that's what you got to do. As we had a similar win to this down in Corsica for the Legion region down there, and Parkson took advantage of it a couple times. Threw a fly ball up there that would have been caught every other day, but just put it up in the wind and it was gone.
Just sails out.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. 0-1. Now to Bakley. Denning fires. That one's going to be in there for a called strike number 2.
So all of a sudden, Bakley on an 0-2 count. I think Denning is going to throw something pretty outside or interesting here with an 0-2.
We're going to look for usually something along the lines of a little bit of junk down and in, or some slider away to try to get him to chase.
But you can't throw anything too crazy because you got a man on third.
Or go with the high gas and try to get a swing and a miss, but it's going to be fouled down to the Pheasants dugout. Pheasants in the black uniforms. They're usual black. Sometimes they wear blue, but tonight they're in black. Mustangs in the usual white jerseys. Orange is a secondary color with some gray trim. The 0-2, that one's going to be grounded off of Bakley and hit him in the box, so we will do it again.
Yeah, still got an 0-2 count, and Denning throws a similar pitch. Do you think he goes back to it for a third time in a row, Cole, and try to get him to go on it again?
I mean, we might. He's seen Bakley shown that he's going to be swinging up there, and you really need to get this batter out as the next batter coming up.
You can't afford to have a man on third with him.
No, you can't afford to have anybody on with him. I mean, even if there's nobody on, a solo home run. As now the wind is flipped a little bit. It was blowing in for a second. Now it is blowing in from right field. 0-2 high bender.
Just a weird day, and I think it's going to continue to swirl around like this. So it's just a matter of when you're up to bat and who's up and how far you can hit the ball, or how high you can hit the ball.
I think that's going to be exactly the game plan. The 1-2 delivery, quick pitch, grounded over to third. Hetland gloves it, and he will fire over, and the tag was applied. Will the run score? I'm not sure. We'll see that in a second, but they're going to say no runs, so no runs on a hit, no errors. They're going to leave one on. After one inning, 0-0 your score. Back to Cadwell Park in 60 seconds.
Making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
You are a dynamite contractor. Your younger brother Gary is a slightly less dynamite contractor. But together, you make Mom proud. Look at you two. And look at your crew. Brenda, the calculator Cutler, Bill, the drill Robinson, and then there's the new guy. New guy struggles with stairs, and that'll cost you. Lucky for you, you have IMT Business Insurance. Learn more at imtins.com. Be worry-free with IMT.
Advanced Sunflower is your locally owned and operated sunflower processing company that buys all types of sunflowers for the edible and bird food industries. They market sunflowers domestically and internationally, so they have a wide range of options to get you the best price for your sunflowers. Most advanced sunflower contracts have an Act of God clause, so you don't have to worry if Mother Nature takes a toll on your crop. Give Jared or Danny a call to get you the most profit out of your sunflowers.
A credit card.
And welcome back to Cadwell Park as we're just about to get rolling here for the top of the second inning. And this half inning is brought to you by Great Plains Health. The mission is to improve the wellness of our people by providing quality health care, public health services, and support in partnership with the tribal nations of the Great Plains area. Big shout out to Great Plains Health for sponsoring this half inning.
Bradley Dean, the batter, he will look at the first pitch and he will fly it out to right field. That is Calhoun out there, if I do remember correctly. Yes, Austin Calhoun comes down to the line and makes the play.
Yeah, he moves pretty well out there for right field.
He does. So first pitch is an F9 for Bradley Dean. That will bring up the pickup player from the Parkston Rays, the second baseman for the game, Jonah Schmidt. Couple of Parkston Rays out there in the field.
Yeah, on opposite teams. Here we go.
Solik is at short.
And this is what I was telling Spencer about earlier before the tournament started, is when you get in the second round, you can get teams from the same district that have pickup players from the same team. So you're going to see it.
There you go. Oh, grounded over to Solik, and he will make the play.
This has got his own teammate out.
I don't think there's many other places where you can see that right there.
No, that's pretty special.
Where a teammate grounding out to a teammate, but they're on two completely different teams. Two teams that they played against all year.
Yeah, that they wanted to beat the whole year.
Exactly. So now 2 outs here in the top of 2. That'll bring up the veteran player, Eric Giblin. Watches the first pitch for a strike. in their, I believe it was the last regular season game or the second to last regular season game. Eric Giblin turned 48 and pitched 8 innings on the mound to start.
On the same day, huh?
On the same day.
Oh, my. What a way.
And I believe he responded to that tweet by the Mount Vernon Amateurs and said, I can't wait to eat food with my left hand for the week.
For the week.
For the 0-2. Called strike 3. Giblin goes down looking, and that is 3 up, 3 down for the Mount Vernon Mustangs in the top of the second. Gracer working efficiently there on the mound. It's 0-0 through 1.5. Back to Cadwell Park in 60 seconds. Wow.
That fits your lifestyle and saves you money. Why would you settle for anything less? A Dakota Land Federal Credit Union Visa will earn travel rewards, 1% cash back, and 9.90% annual percentage rate, the right rate. And all the right features puts you right where you want to be. Stop by any convenient branch location or check us out online at DakotaLandFCU.com. Dakota Land, federally insured by NCUA.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Burke Livestock Auction.
And welcome back to Mitchell, South Dakota for the bottom half of the second inning. And this half inning is sponsored by SunGold Sports. They have 3 different processes in which they can provide custom clothing, screen printing, embroidery, and vinyl printing. Contact them for your t-shirt needs. Again, that's SunGold Sports, sponsoring the 2024 edition of the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, Cole.
Leading off for the Winter Colome Pheasants here in the bottom of 2, the left fielder, number 28, Aiden Barfus, on the season.
My bad. I forgot to get it out.
Oh, you're good. He is the second best hitter statistically by average
in the tournament?
on the season.
Oh, I was going to say in the tournament. I mean,
468 hitter, 22 hits, 20 RBI, 4 home runs, including one that went right above our center field camera, but it wasn't up in a game that they actually played against Mount Vernon here at Cadwell Park.
Shoot, do you just intentional walk him?
I mean, if he would have gotten up to bat in that first inning, yes.
Yeah, force it out. Yeah,
absolutely. You intentionally walk him to load.
You'd rather have Dylan Lamley up, and that's saying something.
Exactly. That's the only problem with this Winter Colome lineup is no matter who they put up there, they've got a lot of power. Big swing and a miss for strike number 2.
But here's the thing: if he makes contact with that thing is going straight up and straight out.
That is true. The wind is
switching back a little bit more to the south now.
That one's going to be fouled just over the Mount Vernon dugout. We'll do the 2-2 again. Yeah, we'll keep you updated on the wind as you can see it out there.
It's a good shot there.
Now it seemed to be blowing straight out a little bit, then sometimes straight across, right to left, and sometimes in, sometimes out. I think we're just not going to know quite yet until the ball is hit. That one's going to be popped up.
And if you've never been to Cadwell Park, for a little bit of reference, we in the booth and the camera that you just got to see facing the flag are facing northeast.
Yes.
So that's got a little bit of a reference there for you. So the wind usually doesn't help you here at Cadwell.
No, it does not. Usually it's blowing in or not blowing at all. 2-2.
Wow.
Denning goes down to a sidearm slot and gets a strikeout swinging.
That's a big out there for the Mustangs. And Denning takes a breath after that one saying, wow, I got it done.
That'll bring up the first baseman, number 50, Dylan Lamley. Lamley on the season, 364 hitter. Now he's going to be grounded over to short. Dean will sit back on it. He will fire over, and a 6-3 putout for out number 2. Something we're seeing here as the inning goes on a little bit. Winter Colome being a little more aggressive with Denning up there on the mound. It's almost like they've seen him a time or two.
Oh, yeah, for sure, and especially over the years. I mean, all of these guys have, besides Barfus, I suppose, have played against Denning for years now. So it's no foreign individual up on the mound. They know what Derek has, and they're going to swing the bat, especially with the wind today. I think they're going to be ultra aggressive up there at the plate, Cole.
I believe so. I believe that was the message going in as let's hit the ball and let's let the wind carry it. 2 outs. Denning fires. That one's going to be upstairs.
What's the sidearm he's doing all of a sudden? It's interesting.
I honestly think he's just trying to confuse the batters. He throws from the throws from the same, and you just got to change it up a little bit.
They know
here.
him so well.
Exactly.
You got to.
Yeah. You have to try to do something against a familiar opponent. He goes sidearm again. That one's going to run up and in for ball number 2. So, little mind games here by Denning. See how the Pheasants adjust and attack. The 2-0, that one's also up and in.
I would be willing to bet that Richie does have the sign to go here, though, because just simply being aggressive. And, he's Austin Richie, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
With 2 outs, though, you got to be a little bit hesitant, but you can start your top of the order again with Dylan Solik if you need to. I think if it's a good pitch, you go after this.
I would not be surprised either. The 3-0 delivery, and he washes it down Broadway, strike number 1. Shows how much we know up here.
Yeah, I guess.
Again, Solik, the pickup is on deck. The 3-1 delivery from Denning. That one's going to be fouled back to the backstop for strike number 2.
And all of a sudden, Derek Denning right back into this. Can make it interesting. It's a full scoreboard up there at the top. 3-2, and 2 down. Nobody on Cole. This could be a great spot for the Mustangs to get out of the inning and go back up to the dish.
This is the spot you want to do it because you get any further deep in this lineup, the more likely that the top comes back up. The 3-2, that one's going to miss just outside for ball number 4. Richie will take his walk. Just outside, and Denning wanted that one. Albrecht's going to be talking with Lloyd Jones back there.
Yeah, Lloyd. I think Lloyd does a pretty good job. He's had his moments. He had a pretty big one this year, but specifically. But no, I think he does a great job.
First pitch to Dylan Solik will be down the middle for strike number 1. As Boss Man has the side door open.
Getting some air movement at least, maybe.
Yeah. The 0-1. Kicks, fires. That one's going to be fouled into the softball fields.
Question for you, Cole.
Yeah.
Do you think that Derek Gracier has played more games here at Cadwell Park than Dylan Solik?
Oh, wow.
That's got to be close. Closer than the guy thinks.
That'll be the trivia question here in the bottom of the second inning.
Because Solik, the hometown kid, I mean, you'd think.
That's true.
But Gracier's been playing here for the State Am for how many years?
Well, if you got our number, feel free to text in your thoughts. Who has played at Cadwell Park more? Wow.
Austin Richie moves up, by the way, on a pass ball, but now we got a man in scoring position, and Solik can really make things hurt here with 2 down.
Runner in scoring position. Maybe not the fleetest of foot out there at second base, but we've seen wilder things happen.
He can move.
I was going to say.
Phil Johnson won the game the other day.
Exactly. I was going to say. We've seen wilder things here in the 2024 tournament. The 1-2, that one runs him up and in. 2-2 now the count.
Just scared him a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, maybe tell him to back off that line a little bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second, Deuce is wild. That one's up and away for
I think Denning
ball
fell
3.
there more than anything. I don't think that was a bad pitch. I think he just fell in his location and ended up over to the right a little bit.
Need your best pitch here on the full count with 2 outs. With the power stick of Calhoun coming to bat on deck. The 3-2, that one's grounded to short. Dean catches the hop, fires over to first, 6-3 put out for out number 3. So the winner Colome Pheasants get a runner in scoring position, can't do anything with it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 2 fully done. 0-0 your score. Back to you, Cadwell Park, in 60 seconds.
It is a family-owned livestock marketing center in Burke, South Dakota. We are located in south central part of the state. Cattle sales are held weekly on Saturdays with approximately 65,000 of south central South Dakota and north central Nebraska's finest feeder and breeding cattle marketed annually. Mark your calendar for our September 21st fall calf and yearling sale. Sale starts at 9:30 with lunch to start at 11. Burke Livestock is a proud supporter of state amateur baseball.
When it comes to sports bars, the Sports Center in Larchwood, Iowa has put themselves above the rest. They open bright and early, 7 a.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. on weekends, so you can start your day off right with them. And speaking of starting your day off right, they have daily food specials that will have your taste buds jumping for joy. The best flatbread pizza in the area, top-notch burgers, and don't worry, they have the best salads as well. The Sports Center in Larchwood. If you haven't tried it yet, put it down as your next destination.
Say there was a place, the perfect place for the everyday things you need to take care of around the house. The squeaky hinges and burned out bulbs. The toilets that run and faucets that don't. That perfect place wouldn't be a warehouse. It'd be just the right size. It would be an Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
And welcome back to Cadwell Park in the top of the third inning. And this half inning is brought to you by Castlewood Elevator. Explore ways on how they can help you sell your crop and check your bids with services in grain and agronomy. Castlewood Elevator is a proud supporter of the community and a proud supporter of the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament.
Well, while we were away, caught looking for Brady Albrecht. He watches strike one and strike three for out number one. Now the third strikeout for the Goose.
And the second in a row looking as well.
And that'll bring up Cameron Deinert, the right fielder, 234 hitter on the season, 11 hits, 11 RBI. He has 2 home runs on the season, both in the same game.
You know, talk about a guy who comes up clutch when he needs to for his team, you know, historically at the State Am.
Hot shot over to Richie. He will lob one over to first, and Richie played that one perfectly, almost like he knew exactly where Cameron Deinert was going to hit that one. So that is out number 2 here in the top of 3. The pitcher DH, Derek Denning, out of bat.
You look at it, Cole, there's not many guys for the Mustangs getting on base, and then vice versa for the Pheasants. They're getting on base, just not scoring runs. So a very defensive type of game so far, and Denning gets hit by the pitch.
He will take his free base. First base runner.
I believe.
Yep, because they went 3 up, 3 down on both the first and the second. And that one just runs in a little bit, took it off the elbow guard.
You know, as they talk about it, you get a man on base right there.
So 2 outs, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Spencer Negebauer. He struck out swinging back in the top of the first. 2 outs, runner on. That one's high and in for ball 1. See how the Goose can respond. Seemed like he was losing a bit of control there also in that top of 2, but was able to relax back in nicely, and that one's fouled back to the screen. Had a couple flinchers.
You know, we've done this enough now where we just don't do it, and it's really hard to do it now, at least to get a ball in, because the angle of that, I mean, it really can't happen to us anymore with the shade.
It did happen a couple days ago to me and Joe.
Oh.
I believe it hit the beam right between us as Negebauer flies one out into foul territory. Over to Lamley at first, and that will be out number 3 for Mount Vernon. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave one man on through 2.5 innings complete. We are scoreless here at game number 23 of the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Back to Cadwell Park in 60 seconds.
What started out to be a small community celebration has grown into an attraction that draws literally thousands of people each year. Mark your calendars for June 19th, 20th, and 21st, 2025 for the 75th Annual Tabor Check Days in Tabor, South Dakota. Check food, check music, and check hospitality await you in Tabor. Check Days is sponsored by the Tabor Chamber of Commerce and proudly supports the Tabor Bluebirds and Bonhomme High School athletics.
Sun Gold Sports is proud to call Mitchell and Huron home. With over 50 years of experience, we are here for all of your printing needs. Whether it's for your business, school, or personal, we are your one-stop custom shop. Screen printing, embroidery, vinyl, banners, trophies, awards, and so much more. Give Steph a call at 605-770-6829. Sun Gold Sports of Huron and Mitchell. We print t-shirts.
Say there was a place, the perfect place for the everyday things you need to take care of around the house. The squeaky hinges and burned out bulbs. The toilets that run and faucets that don't. That perfect place wouldn't be a warehouse. It'd be just the right size. It would be an Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
And welcome back to the bottom of the third inning in Cadwell Park. And this half inning is sponsored by Caton International. Caton International offers top-notch parts and service to keep your equipment running smoothly all season long. Their team of experts is here to help you with any maintenance or repairs you may need. A big sponsor of the Crofton Blue Jays and a sponsor of the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament.
First pitch to the right fielder, Austin Calhoun, in there for a strike. The 0-1 delivery is just outside for ball number 1. So 1-1 the count. Benning kicks and fires, and the bat, oh my. The bat just about lands in the Mustang dugout.
Get us a replay of that, if we got it. Well, you don't see that all the time.
No, we don't. As now the game changer just went back to the top of the third after it already started the bottom, and now, so 1-2. Mr. Greenfield over there.
What is Sir Brock doing?
Probably fixing something. He realized that he flew out to the first baseman or so the pitcher and said something like that. 1-2, looped over the left field line in the parking lot. Foul.
Just about got the car.
One and two as we're getting our PTZ cameras figured out.
You got our good shot here anyway, so.
1-2, going to be into center field, and Negebauer thought about diving for that one and will hold up as he couldn't quite get there in time. So a leadoff single for Austin Calhoun.
Yeah, that's a tough ball, especially the placement of it. And the ball pretty much just fell right down, and Calhoun standing up on first.
And that will bring up the Goose, the pitcher DH. Derek Gracer struck out swinging to lead off the game for the Winter Colome Pheasants. Pretty good crowd on hand. Honestly, a little smaller than I would have thought.
Could be the weather. Could be,
that is true.
It's a Wednesday night.
That is true, as that one misses just outside for ball number 1. Good camera shot there as our camera down the right field line.
I'm sure that if Wormer's Lounge is open, we're on in Wormer's.
They are not tonight.
They're not tonight?
No, I believe everybody that works there is here.
Oh, well, I suppose. Everybody that would go there is here anyway.
That is true. They're always a little behind. I tell you what, I was there at Wormer's a couple weeks ago.
What'd you get?
Oh, man. Nice ribeye steak.
Did you?
Medium.
Little plug.
Best steaks in town.
I was going to go over to Richard Larsh's, though, and I'm just
could have. He'd absolutely make you up something. 3-0 to the Goose. That one's going to be downstairs for ball number 4, so a single and then a walk, excuse me. And now we got 2 runners on, nobody out for Drew Demers.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a tough spot here. If you're the Mustangs with no outs and 2 guys on.
So we'll see how Denning will respond. Not the first time that he dealt through some adversity, as Demers will square, and the pitch was high, so he pulls back for ball 1. One-0 count. Benning checks and kicks and fires. Demers squares, and he bunts one just foul. So now 1-1, the count to Demers. Interesting strategy here by the Winter Colome Pheasants.
Trying to get 2 guys in scoring position, especially since they've gotten guys on before, but to have 2 guys in scoring position with a good spot on your lineup coming up as well, with no outs, I guess, but it's pretty good idea, I'd say.
1-1 squares again. That one's high, and Albrecht pumps a throw back to second. Try to keep Calhoun a little closer to the bag.
Calhoun scooted back a little bit quicker there, I'd say.
Jonah Schmidt wasn't quite ready for that one. So no throw. 2-1. Denning checks and fires. Bunt down again. That one is going to be in fair territory. Denning will field it and throw over to first for out number 1. So a successful bunt to move up the runners in scoring position. So now 2 runners in scoring position. Calhoun at third, Gracer at second, and that will bring up the speedy second baseman, Reed Harder, who has already tripled in the game.
Yeah, he made it happen. Extra base hit that gets him standing up, and Negebauer couldn't make the play out there in center field, even though he made a diving attempt. But all of a sudden, things are looking up for the Pheasants right now, and I don't know what their plan here with Harder is. I wonder if they're going to walk him. They are.
So intentional walk to Reed Harder. So now bases are loaded here with 1 out.
You know, I guess I don't hate that idea, really, Cole, because here's the thing. If he tries bunting, you play the game that he gets on anyways.
Yep.
And if he does swing, you know, you could have a gapper that scores 2, or you could put him on and play the game of a double play if that happens.
Well, we got a second, Charlie. Look at that picture. Look how nice that turf looks. As
wow.
Bakley slings one over to third base, and Hetland gets the force out at third, and the throw over to first is going to be errant. Harder rounding second, coming home. That throw is offline, and Reed Harder will score from first base.
Wow. Huh. You know, that's not what you expect from a veteran like Hetland over there. The throw was just a little off, and Giblin couldn't make the play, and all of a sudden it's 2-0. They had everything set up as far as the double play goes.
That was the one you wanted. I mean, Bakley back in the first inning, grounded out to third, so Hetland was expecting it right there, goes over to first, and the throw takes Giblin off the bag a little bit, then he stumbles to try to go get it. So we're going to get a hit and then an error that will score 2 runs, and just like that, that brings up the power bat and Aiden Barfus.
With a man in scoring position, this could be a tough spot, but, you know, you only need 1 more out. And just the wind is rolling around right now. Looking at the nets, they're moving quite a bit. And a chopper right to the pitcher's mound. Derek Denning makes the play over and flips it to Giblin, and that'll end your inning, Cole.
So for Winter Colome in the bottom of the third, 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 Mustang error, and they leave 1 on base. After 3 innings complete, your score 2-0 in favor of the Pheasants. Back to Cadwell Park in 60 seconds.
Prairie Valley Farm Charolais is located in Platte. Since 1980, David has worked with his father, family, and hired men to provide bulls with the best health, management, selection, and genetics to produce a quality product to meet the customer's needs. Mark your calendar for their annual bull sale on the 2nd Saturday of April. Check out their website at pvfcharolais.com or give David Mason a call for more information. Prairie Valley Farm Charolais is a proud supporter of all Black Panther school activities. Remember, U.S. beef, it's what's for dinner. Located in the heart of Mitchell, Blarney's is your one-stop for mouth-watering food, refreshing drinks, and your latest sports action. Fans, it's state amateur baseball time, and Blarney's is your pre- and post-game destination. Whether you're finishing up the early game and need a spot to eat for lunch, or celebrating a late-night victory, stop in at Blarney's and keep the party going with cold, refreshing drinks. Blarney's Sports Bar and Grill, a proud supporter of the state amateur baseball tournament.
From your innovative attachment solutions provider for over 40 years, MDS Manufacturing. One of a kind, revolutionary, game-changing. MDS doesn't make the loader, MDS makes the loader better.
As the weather
And welcome back to Cadwell Park for the top of the 4th inning. As that one fouled away, Walker Hulkern up to bat this half inning, brought to you by B&S Service, specializing in automotive repair, including oil changes, tire rotations, and more. B&S Service also works on semi-repair. They are a proud supporter of the Owls and are proud supporters of the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament.
1-1 to Walker Hultgren as he fouls that one back to the net. He took the 1-0 pitch and fouled it into the bullpen down the left side, and it was Barfus out there in left, he's so fast that he just about got there on a ball that was just about out of the park. It was so far foul. The 1-2 delivery from the Goose. That one's downstairs. It'll skip in there for ball number 2. Hultgren back in the first inning, grounded to the first baseman, Lamley, for out number 2 in that inning as he leads off here, the top of 4. That one flown out into the right center gap. Excuse me. Wow, that one came back a lot more than I thought.
The wind was curving that one.
Walker Hultgren with the routine fly ball out there for Drew Demers, or as some people call it, can of corn.
Yes, it was, and it brings up Chase Hetland, who grounded out to the first baseman. Well, actually, he grounded out to the pitcher's mound.
First baseman, 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1.
There you go, that's all right. As Hetland.
Pitcher made the play.
That is true.
I do remember what happened now. But
yes,
yeah.
yes. It was those 2 in a row where it was the grounder to first, and Lamley over there just flipped it to the Goose, and that one going to miss just down for ball 2. As the wind is back to blowing straight out to left field, almost to left center, now to center.
Now it's what is going on?
Now to right center, now all the way back to right as he grounds over to Solik, and Hetland will be retired on the 6-3 putout for out number 2. Almost feel like we should get a shot of the flag full time and just have it up in the corner. Because right now, again, it is blowing out to left field, or almost even blowing across, and then in the span of that one pitch, it went from this exact angle to 180 degrees.
Opposite, yeah.
It's unreal.
2 down and no base runners on for the Mustangs. Brings up Brad Dean.
He watches a breaking ball, going to miss inside for ball 1. Bradley Dean back in the first. Flew out to right fielder Austin Calhoun right along the foul line. That was the first out of the inning back in the second, and this one's going to be popped up.
Might get down.
It might be shallow, but Reed Harder out there runs all the way into right field, and he will record the out for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Mount Vernon in the top of the 4th as we head to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 your score here at Cadwell Park. Back in 60 seconds.
Up, so does our time outside. If you've been putting off your next home project, then Elite Renovations in Platte and Mitchell is ready to help. If you're looking to upgrade or update your roof, siding, windows, doors, and decking, they've got you covered. Interior trim, flooring, cabinets, tile, or drywall, they got the crews. Book a free consultation to discuss your options. Visit their website at elitereno-sd.com to get started with your summer project.
The One Stop in Redfield is a friendly, family-owned business. We carry hot stuff, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Before you take a trip, or if you're just out and about, stop by and fuel up with Sinclair gasoline from E30 to E85. Use your Dino app for extra savings and your Pump and Save card for free stuff. Don't forget to visit the automatic car wash for that spotless shine. One Stop in Redfield is a proud supporter of all school sports and activities.
Triatel is a telecommunications company that serves over 10 small communities.
And just because you live in a small community doesn't mean that you can't get good service.
For me, it's really important to be able to work remotely here in the country.
If you live in the Triatel service area and you're looking for a good, reliable, high-speed internet connection, we've served our members for 65 years and we're going to be serving you long into the future.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park in the bottom of the 4th inning. This half inning brought to you by the Sports Center in Larchwood, the best flatbread pizza in the area with top-notch burgers, and don't worry, they have the best salads too. Open early every day, the Sports Center is the place to be.
Lamley watches the second pitch and flies it out to Walker Hultgren, the left fielder. Came in a little bit, then just settled right there. F7 for out number 1.
And to go back to the Sports Center quick, Cole, we need to make a trip, especially now that we're getting closer to going back to school down in Vermilion. We need to make a trip over to the Sports Center wearing our T-shirts that we got. We need to wear them when they play. When do they play?
I believe it's tomorrow.
Is it? I better get my shirt.
I will double check. Yes, they play Dimmick Emery tomorrow at 5:30. How far is it asking for a friend from Vermilion to Larchwood?
That's not that bad.
50 miles is a piece of cake. That's nothing. Hour drive to the sports center. I can see us making that trip a couple times.
Yeah, we can make that. We can make that happen.
From Vermilion. As out number 2 was recorded, Richie, I believe, lined over to first, and Giblin made the play for out number 2.
You know, this game really could be locked up right now if that double play gets turned.
That is true.
And I mean, these two teams playing a really competitive game right now, and high-scoring games from the Pheasants in the first 2 meetings. 72? Really?
Oh, really? That's all right. I'll make that drive all the time. Solik skies one. In the infield, Bradley Dean will range over. And ABC 1-2-3 for the Winter Colome Pheasants in the bottom of the 4th. We'll head to the top of the 5th in 90 seconds on Live Ticket TV.
Hey farmers, don't have the time or the means to haul your corn to market? Contact Derek or Phil at New Gen Energy. They are receiving corn 6 days a week, and every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. is Farmers Only Haul Day. Located in Marion, South Dakota, New Gen Energy also sells distillers and corn oil. Call 605-648-2100 for all your corn needs, and check out their website at newgenmarion.com. That's N-U-G-E-N Marion.com.
A better you starts closer to home, with people who understand your way of life and belong to your community. Primary care providers at Horizon Health know you and know how to help you stay well. We're here to keep you healthy and care for you through every stage of life, so you can keep doing what you love and make every day a better one. Schedule an appointment at horizonhealthcare.org.
And welcome back to Cadwell Park in Mitchell, South Dakota for the top of the 5th inning. And this half inning is brought to you by Heartland State Bank. Heartland State Bank has grown to serve the communities of Wessington, Tulare, Highmore, and Redfield. They are proud to provide uptown service with the hometown touch. A huge sponsor of the Redfield Dairy Queen team and is a huge sponsor of us here at the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, Cole.
Leading off for the Mount Vernon Mustangs, Jonas Schmidt. He grounded over to his teammate, now opponent, Dylan Solik, back in the 2nd inning. Also, Charlie, a big point to note, 10 state tournament burgers and 3 brats for me so far this tournament.
Oh, those, I mean, Cole, I haven't even been here for many, and I got 9.
Yeah, I've been slacking a little bit.
How many has Bewley had?
Like 4? How many state tournament burgers have you had?
Well, I had 1 a day.
Oh, that's it?
So now you're on game 8. You're on day 8.
Your salt intake is definitely not where it needs to be.
That is true. There's a reason you're built like nobody else here in the press box. Grounder over to Solik at short. He will fire over. Friendly fire again for out number 1.
Eric Giblin comes up to the plate, and Cole, I know we don't have his, we do have his batting average here. He bats 200, and usually when they put 200 in there, it's not actually 200, it's below that, and they didn't want to put anything less than that. That's usually the case.
But Giblin, one that can just shoot it around the park as he flies one out to right field. Calhoun will take a step back and then a step in, and he will get it for F9 for out number 2. Yeah, Giblin, one of those guys. Whenever you seem to need him, he's there.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, Mount Vernon's full of those guys. I mean, I can think back to a couple Cameron Deinert moments, Eric Giblin moments.
Yep.
Over the years, obviously, Briggs Havlick, when he was around, he was always a guy who made big plays, and Spencer Negebauer, too. It's just a matter if you can string those big plays with each other. I don't know if that hit him or not.
I think he tried selling it like it did.
He should have tried to sell it harder.
Also, a viewer text said that I need to get moving on my onion burgers. I took the over.
Ooh.
And the over-under was 22.5. Spencer's at 7.
Spencer, what the heck, man?
6 or 7 brats, too. Always mixing
well, that's,
up.
do you at least put sauerkraut on them? I think you broke that bat.
Yeah, that bat is firewood, and the Goose will flip over to first. 1-3 for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down once again for the Mount Vernon Mustangs. We're going to play bingo here at Cadwell Park, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning in 90 seconds, 2-0 your score on Live Ticket TV.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
It might be time for you to strongly consider leasing bulls from Jorgensen Land and Cattle. Here's Cody.
Well, it's a really good option to acquire some excellent genetics for affordable price. It's become really popular. When you first hear about lease bulls, sometimes it may frighten a person. So this is a different ballgame. You know, there's a genetic program behind these bulls. These are bulls that have a genetic program and really are designed genetically to very nice calves.
Call 1-800-548-BULL.
At Lesterville Feed and Grain, they pride themselves on offering top-notch products at competitive prices. Whether you're looking for feed for your livestock or grains for your crops, they have you covered. And with their market bids, you can rest easy knowing you're getting the best deal possible. But it's not just about the products, it's about the service. Their knowledgeable staff is there to help answer any questions you may have and provide expert advice to help you succeed in your farming endeavors.
Shields All Sports Store.
And welcome back to Cadwell Park in the bottom of the 5th inning. We played a little bit of bingo, got our first 5 numbers, but this half inning is brought to you by Lesterville Feed and Grain with 2 convenient locations in Lesterville and Kingburg. Lesterville Feed and Grain is here to help the local area farmers with any need they have during the farming seasons. They're a big supporter of the Lesterville Bronx and the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. And I like to do it just because it's the first time I've been on the mic. The Ryan Deal Bingo Report, as said by Joe Van Gore, B1, I-17, I-20, N41, and O75, Cole.
This one's going to be trouble, but they will get him in time as Giblin fields it and flips it over to Derek Denning for out number 1. So Calhoun, officially 1 for 2 now on the day for the 3-1 putout, and we are in the bottom of the 5th inning, and that will bring up the top of the order. The Goose, Derek Gracer, pitcher DH, struck out swinging in the 1st, walked in the 3rd. So 1 for 1 on the night so far. Excuse me, 0 for 1. I knew that.
Right.
I knew it and I said it wrong. My apologies. 0 for 1. Denning, 62 pitches through 4 and a 3rd inning, so actually working pretty quick considering that 3rd inning.
Right, and I think Winter Colome's swinging the bat too, which helps him in his pitch count, so he's not going too deep into counts. I mean, I can remember a couple where he had a couple full counts, but there hasn't been a ton of 5+ pitch at-bats.
Another 3-0, and Denning misses Albrecht's glove completely. And so he'll get a new baseball, rub it in a little bit, and settle for the 3-0 delivery. Gracer trying to draw his 2nd walk. The 3-0, that one's going to be in there at the knees for strike number 1. Gracer tried selling a walk there.
Yeah, I think he did, but he definitely knew it was a strike, or at least near the area, because he turned right around before it even
he didn't
called.
go very far. The 3-1. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. So now the count is full here with 1 out. Denning lost the ball there for a moment, so hit his hand a little drier with some Agar Lime.
Big spot here.
Full count delivery. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. The 3rd strikeout for Denning here in the game.
Yeah, and the 2nd. For Gracer on the night.
And that will bring up the center fielder, Drew Demers. Officially 0 for 2 on the afternoon and evening. He flew out to left field in the 1st on a ball that was just about gone. And he bunted to Denning for the 1st out in that inning to move up the batters in the third.
Yeah, sacrifice bunt
Yes.
to move in, which really helped them out. If you
It
think
did.
about the outcome of that inning, he pretty much helped them put the 2 runs they have on the board up there.
The 1-0 just upstairs for ball number 2.
And Denning's bender trying to bend a little too high there.
As Demers is listed officially in the game changer 0 for 1. So sacrifice, it must have been. I don't know, I'll have to look. The 3-0 pitch. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. Yes, it was ruled an official sacrifice bunt. 3-1. Sidearm delivery. Bends in there for strike number 2 at the knees.
That was fun to watch.
That one started at Demers' leg and bent back in there. Full count, 2-out pitch. Bender again. That one's going to be fouled. Down closer to the Mount Vernon dugout, so we'll do it again. Excuse you, Spencer. The 3-2 flown out to left field. Holtgren will range over and then come up on it for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down once again here in this ball game. Demers with another fly out to left field, and that is how the 5th inning will end. We head to the 6th inning. Your score is still scoreless, or excuse me, not scoreless. It is still 2-0 your score. We're going to be playing some more bingo, so we'll take a break. Back in 90 seconds to Cadwell Park.
Is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
Dr. Kelly Tobin and staff at Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic are proud supporters of high school athletics. When it comes to large and small animal health, look to Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic. They understand how important your livestock is to you and will give you service that you can depend on. Call 539-1040. That's 539-1040. Rolling Hills is located on Dakota Avenue, across from Farm Bureau in Wessington Springs. Rolling Hills Veterinary Clinic.
Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning, and this half inning brought to you by Burke Livestock. Burke Livestock is a family-owned livestock operation. Auctions are every Saturday, and the Burke Livestock is a proud supporter of the Burke Bombers and the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. I will get you a Ryan Deal bingo report in just a moment, as the tweet is not yet posted.
Uh-oh, Ryan, he's slacking.
Yeah, what is Ryan doing right now? He's not even in here.
Well, he is shooting down there, so he probably missed a number.
He is probably doing real work, as he does. That one fouled off down the third base line.
As
yeah, what do we got there, Cole? Is
the Sioux Falls, South Dakota Little League team is in the Little League World Series playing on ESPN. It is currently the top of the 2nd inning. They are scoreless against Lake Mary of Florida. 0-0 your score.
The first-round games are always tough, though. Swing and a miss as Deinert goes down. I think he said something to Jones that was... Oh, I see. Yeah, Deinert was calling for a balk there, maybe.
So I'll keep you updated again on the South Dakota Little League team, as I couldn't figure out where to watch it. It says ESPN, then I go to ESPN, and then there's nothing to press. So
yeah, I had a pretty interesting run with NFL Plus the other day as well, but...
that sounds about right.
Gotta love it.
Something you got to pay for, and it still doesn't work right.
Yep.
Right? Exactly right.
And then they're like, pay for NFL Plus, and I'm like, okay, I'll pay for it. And then, you know what happened? I still couldn't watch it.
Sounds about right. The 0-1 to Denning. This one's fouled on the third base line. So we're officially in the now bottom of the 2nd in that game. Still scoreless.
Here's your
0-0.
Here's your Ryan Deal bingo update. I-22, G46, O67, I-27, and G54.
Denning hits a grounder over to Harder. He bowls it for a moment, but gets there in time for out number 2, so the 4-3 put out. We'll round out the order, and now we bring up the top of the order here in the top of the 6th. and Spencer Negebauer. He struck out swinging back in the first, flew out in foul territory to the first baseman Lamley to end the third inning. As I see now it should be on ESPN as the Hawaii-New Hampshire game just went final. Let's see if I can get this thing.
Did Deinert go down swinging? I think he did. Okay.
Yes, Deinert went down swinging. The 1-0, this one's flown out to right field. Calhoun ranges over, and he will make the catch. 1-2-3 inning once again for the Mount Vernon Mustangs at the top of the sixth. We will come back to the bottom of the sixth inning in 90 seconds on Live Ticket TV.
Being a part of a community means sharing the history and future of the people all around you. For 115 years, First Fidelity Bank has been doing just that, helping you get the most out of life by providing the services and tools you need, the conveniences and technology you want, and the friendly faces you expect. So you get everything you need right here in the place you call home. Now and for many years to come. First Fidelity Bank.
The heart of farming season is coming up, and Caton International is your HIH dealer in Crofton, Nebraska. Caton International offers top-notch parts and service to keep your equipment running smoothly all season long. Their team of experts is there to help with any maintenance or repairs you may need, so you can focus on what you do best, farming. And don't forget to check out their website for the latest deals and promotions. Whether you're in the market for a new piece of equipment or just need some replacement parts, Caton International has you covered.
We travel in packs. Fearless first-timers and go-getters. Sightseers and mudslingers. Trail conquerors and adrenaline junkies. We believe great rides deserve great company. And wherever the ride takes us, there's always room for one more.
And welcome back to the bottom of the sixth inning here at Cadwell Park. This half inning brought to you by the Tabor Lumber Co-op. The Tabor Lumber Co-op is dedicated to providing our customers the products, services, and expertise to make data-driven decisions to benefit their operation. The Tabor Lumber Co-op, a big sponsor of the Tabor Bluebirds and the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. We have two bingo winners up here that are going to split a $105 pot. So Joe's going to pawn that off, and that ball fouled off. Got a 1-1 count here, Cole.
I thought it was 145.
No, I don't think so. Is it?
What's the bingo pot, Mr. Acree? Go figure. I'm wrong again. 1-1 to Harder. This one's lined out into left center field. Negebauer ranges over. He won't be able to get there in time. It'll go down for a base hit. It's off the wall. Harder will round first. He will have a stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the sixth inning.
Yeah, Reed Harder having a heck of a day. I mean, I don't want to say it because it's too early, but he's going for something pretty special.
As the Florida pitcher just got a strikeout looking. That's a $10 donation to Maybe Eye Clinic of Mitchell after the second inning complete. Florida and South Dakota tied at 0 in the Little League World Series. I feel like Kevin Harlan right now.
Yeah, he's not even.
I'm calling both games.
He's not even looking when he throws either. He's just hugging it. What's that?
What? Courtesy runner over there at second base.
No, it's not. That's Reed.
Yeah, it's not a courtesy runner. Who said that?
Sorry, my bad. That's on me.
And you can't have a courtesy runner for the second baseman anyway. I am going to blame it on you. Yeah, right. Yep. Good call, Spencer. I appreciate you for trying, though. At least you're not like Caleb in the production truck just yelling at me the whole game. You're right, I don't listen. But that sounds like your problem. Sorry, I'm trying to call 2 baseball games. Anyways, back to action. Chandler Bakley is the bat, 2-0 count. Then up to, this is his 80th pitch. That one's going to miss low for ball 3. The 3-0. With Harder over there at second base, by the way, there was not a courtesy runner at second. Harder is still out there. The 3-0 is downstairs for ball number 4. So Bakley will draw a walk. Now 2 runners on. That'll bring up the power-hitting Legion player.
Here's an actual courtesy runner. Oscar Pravacek.
Yeah, see, now we get a courtesy runner at first base. The big O, Oscar Pravacek. No outs. Runners on first and second. Barfus to bat. He is, on the day, 0 for 2. He struck out swinging just in the second, and he grounded over to the pitcher for the last out in that third inning. He squares the bunt. He'll be down. Hetland gets it and fires. It is not in time. There was a little contact, but nothing is going to be called.
Brock says error.
So we're going to call that an error on whom? E3, error on Giblin over there at first. And then they're going to see if there was any interference with the runner. So now we're going to have a umpire's conversation as Lloyd Jones out there.
Zoom in on that if you got a...
Dustin Spurlick over there at third. I missed the name of the first base umpire. And they're going to say, basically, essentially, if Barfus was in the designated area for him to run, there is not anything. But from here, it did not look like he varied at all. He ran straight down the line where he's allowed to. And so...
For the Pheasants, did you switch to that angle? First baseman Dylan Lambley.
Here, I'll go back and watch it for you, Brock. Charlie, take a look here.
Yeah, I'll do
so
mine.
you do some little calling here. I'll get
You
this
bet.
pulled up.
Well, Dylan Lamley steps up to the plate with the bases juiced and no outs. They're in a tough spot, to say the least. Mustangs are. Giblin's playing up. I don't know if they try bunt there, but a successful bunt from the air at first base gets Barfus on, and it'll be a base hit from Dylan Lamley that'll score 1 and an absolute gun of it home. But a run scores, and Reed Harder tallies another one for the winner Colome Pheasants. Your score now 3-0. And Austin Ritchie will step up to the plate, and everyone goes station to station. So Austin Ritchie steps up to the plate. So far he has walked and lined out to the first baseman. The first one in there for a strike, as we're having some deliberation about the earlier call at first base where the umpires had a meeting.
All right.
Cole's back, and I'm not sure what was the decision there, Cole.
So they're basically the thing is, if Barfus goes inside where he's not allowed and makes contact, then there's interference. But if he's at the foul line or to that chalk line on the outside, that's his designated area to run in those situations. So basically saying if he veered inside, it's interference, but if he didn't and it's just regular contact, then there's nothing called.
You know, I got some Uber Eats, but they don't know to wait between innings to come up here.
That's going to be a hit. That time for Austin Ritchie, it'll be a 2 RBI single.
And here come the runs, Cole.
As I missed, so Barfus, E3, Dylan Lamley, how did he get on?
Dylan Lamley had a hit out into left center field.
Scored a run?
It did, and
Okay.
Reed Harder scored.
Well, there we go, and now we're going to get a conference on the mound. Here in the bottom of the sixth inning, your score 5-0 in favor of the Pheasants. We're going to step aside. Back in 30 seconds on Live Ticket TV.
Experience the enduring legacy of Castlewood Farms Elevator, a farmer-owned cooperative that has served the ag community for more than a century. Dedicated to enhancing efficiency and offering superior services, they provide a comprehensive range of crop nutrition, protection products, commercial fertilizer, and livestock feed. Visit CastlewoodElevator.com or give them a call today. Your ultimate destination for agriculture needs is Castlewood Farmers Elevator.
And welcome back after the mound conversation. brought to you by Check Days. Mark your calendars for June 19th, 20th, and 21st, 2025 for the 76th annual Tabor Check Days in Tabor, South Dakota. Check food, check music, and check hospitality await you in Tabor. They're a big sponsor of the Tabor Bluebirds and the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. That mound visit, it's got to be big, Cole. Are the wheels falling off the bus here for the Mustangs in this inning with 3 runs being put up already?
Well, you just got to focus in here. They got a little rattled there after that call and had a little deliberation about it, as now 0-2 here to Solik. And in the Little League World Series game, Florida had a runner on third, and they did not score, so they're 2.5. Florida 0, South Dakota 0. They're in the home half as we're going to get the throw home. Well, they gunned the runner home at home from center field. That's a pretty good toss right there by the local kids.
A lot of coverage on the plate, though, I'd say.
That's a good camera angle right there. Mr. Brozick, how do we get that camera angle incorporated
a drone
here at the stadium? 0-2 to Solik. Runners on the move. That one hit and run, and they're going to be fouled down the left field line. So, again, the Little League World Series game through 2.5 innings, we are scoreless. Here at the State AM, we are in the bottom of the 6th. It is 5-0 in favor of the Winter Colome Pheasants.
Yeah, Solik could have really made things hurt there, but that one just goes foul past Chase Hetland over there at third base. But no outs, Cole. And already 3 runs scored, 1 man in scoring position, another on first base.
As we do have some action in the Mount Vernon Mustangs bullpen, Luke Teasler down there warming up.
Didn't somebody tell me he wasn't going to pitch?
Yes, most likely me.
And one of the Mount Vernon Mustangs players.
Yes, and that is also, I believe, what he told me yesterday. After pitching 8 innings, back on whenever they played last, which was Saturday, he pitched 8 innings in that 4-3 win. There's a good shot there of Teasler on the mound.
Denning gets a big strikeout, Cole.
Yes, it was a big strikeout. There was a strikeout swinging as well for Solik. And that brings up Austin Calhoun. He is 1 for 2. He singled to start off the 3rd inning as he watches strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. 0-1. See if we can't get a hit and run or something similar to that nature, as Denning will kick and turn just to keep Lamley there honest at first. As Troy said he's coming over this weekend to make sure I finish strong for the burger count. I will say, Troy, we are golfing tomorrow if you're interested.
Well, shoot, we can throw Troy over at the A's.
That's Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday.
Well, yeah, I know. At the end of the week.
That is true. Good. As we are looking for people to work that, so if anybody here in the booth is actually paying attention instead of, not working, we have 5 games on Friday. We need them filled, essentially.
And I think one over here, isn't there?
There's 3 over here.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, 1 o'clock for the A's, 5:30 and 7:30 for the B's, and 1:30 and 3:30 for the A's over at Drake Field on Friday. Again, full coverage of every game here in Mitchell on Live Ticket TV, exclusive video coverage. 1-2, swung on and fouled. Keep 1-2 the count. There's Albrecht back there.
Calhoun's got some power too, Cole. 2 home runs on the season. I think he could take it. The wind slowed down just a little bit, though, but it's still moving a little bit.
It is. It's blowing just gently out to left field, so it won't affect it as much, but any helping breeze at Cadwell here is rare.
We'll have to check the radar between innings and see what's going on.
1-2, big swing and a miss for strike number 3. 2 strikeouts in a row now for Denning. That is strikeout number 5 on the game, and that will bring up the top of the order. And the pitcher DH, the Goose, Derek Gracer.
Gracer's had a pretty interesting day, Cole. He is officially 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Swinging.
Also an interesting note here in the Little League World Series, the Florida pitcher is pitching the equivalent of 96 in the MLB. He's humming.
Yeah, he is humming. That can't be easy to touch.
No.
But it's 0-0, so I mean South Dakota's playing pretty
swing.
good ball.
And for reference, that is 74 miles an hour from 60, or from, it's even shorter than that, from the Little League distance as Gracer will ground over to Schmidt, and he will flip over to Dean, 4-6 on the fielder's choice for out number 3. 3 runs on 2 hits. There's 1 error. They left 2 on base. We head to the top of 7 here at Cadwell Park. Your score 5-0. Back to Cadwell after this.
Discover a piece of Americana at Cole's Corner, a renowned 1920s rural gas station turned firearm haven in the upper Midwest. Since 2004, their updated store has preserved nostalgia with gas pumps and snacks for travelers alongside a selection of 2,500 firearms. Purchase in-store or through Charlie for global delivery. They buy single guns, entire collections, and offer trades. Whether you're a collector or looking to sell, they've got you covered. Cohen's Corner, proud sponsor of Castlewood Youth Athletics and Events.
At Heartland State Bank, our customers are at the center of everything we do. Heartland State Bank is a family-owned community bank and here for you. We have an experienced lending staff for fast, local decisions. Heartland State Bank offers competitive rates and is proud to provide uptown services with a hometown touch. With 4 locations in Redfield, Tulare, Wessington, and Highmore, we aspire to support the communities we live and work in. Heartland State Bank, member FDIC.
It may seem like the smallest town in South Dakota, so how could it have everything you need when you may find yourself in the middle of nowhere? But at Canova Service Center, whatever you may need in the middle of nowhere, that's where they are. Fencing, lumberyard, hardware, oil changes, tire sales, and repair. Rental equipment, feed bunks, cattle shelters, convenience store, and more. So no, you're not in the middle of nowhere. It's the Canova Service Center.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning, as this inning brought to you by Winandy Insurance, your locally owned independent insurance agency where safeguarding your future is their priority. Contact Cole or Jen today, proud sponsor of the Alexandria Angels as well as the full South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Leading off for the Mount Vernon Mustangs in the top of 7, the left fielder Walker Hultgren. Just his 3rd time at the plate. He grounded to first back in the 1st inning and flew out to center field. Back in the 4th inning, as Troy said he'll bring his clubs this weekend. Well, I don't know what Thursday means to you, Troy, but that's not quite the weekend. I know for you guys down in the office, you like to think that Thursday's the weekend, but not quite. Got a couple more days of work left down there, Troy.
Yeah, by the way, the rain's just starting to hit here.
Is it? He said...
it actually is. They got umbrellas up.
Where? Oh, okay, 1 umbrella. I'm sorry, Charlie.
2.
Sorry, 2.
Maybe it's to keep the 3, 4.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to shade themselves from the sun so they don't get sunburned.
I can see raindrops.
I'll settle the conversation.
I suppose a little mist here at Cadwell Park. The 2-2. Swung on, drop strike 3 for out number 1 for Walker Hultgren, as our camera guy just decided that he was going to quit mid-game.
It's raining.
For the Mustangs, the 3rd baseman, Chase Hetland.
As my pen is dying. That's sad. Because it's got I only have 30 more left in my bag, so I think we'll be fine. 1 out, brings up the veteran, Chase Hetland. That was going to miss inside. For ball 1, grounded to first to end the 1st, and grounded to short back in the 4th inning. As we have resumed action in the Little League World Series. As I've always wondered, not only is it adjustment just to play in Williamsport, but to have 3.5 minutes between every half inning, it's gotta be weird for these Little League players, as Hetland will fly out to the right fielder, Austin Calhoun, for out number 2.
Yeah, I had a couple friends that played in it back in, it had been going into my 7th or 8th grade year. That Sioux Falls team that made it with Cohen Henry. You go back and look at that roster, all but one of the players on that Little League World Series roster is now playing college sports somewhere.
Two outs. Bradley Dean watches strike number 1 on the outside part of the plate. Again, in the Little League World Series game, we're in the top of the 4th inning, no score.
That's wild. I mean, I thought the nerves maybe would be the thing, but by now there's no runs. It's good defense.
As Bradley Dean will swing and miss for strike 2 as my pen is getting worse and worse over here.
That's the stuff, Cole. Get into it.
Ryan Henry, the pitcher for the Sioux Falls Little League team, 4 strikeouts in the night.
I wonder if he's related to Cohen, because Cohen played for that team back in 2017 or 18. Or
I couldn't tell
Cohen
you.
and Austin, and because Austin he pitches for somebody that's pretty good. I don't know. Austin was a pretty good player for Del Rapids.
Or is he related to Jack?
Yep, I think they're all related.
I think so. They got to be in some way.
'Cause
I know he is. He is from the Del Rapids or the greater Del Rapids area. I remember seeing that on Facebook somewhere.
Well, you'd assume. I mean, Sioux
Well,
Falls.
right, yeah. Well. Oh, I wonder what a meteorologist Rodney Haas just said over there.
Yeah, let's look at the radar, Cole. Pull the radar up. I suppose I can get it up too.
Yeah, you could. As I'm looking at radar, just a little light showers.
Okay,
the
good.
big stuff is still by the river.
Oh my gosh! Look at what's going. Look at this.
Yeah, that's building, and it's building south, unfortunately. So the stuff that is by the river right now is headed this way, and that'll be fine because we'll get the second game in, no problem.
Hopefully, it's going to be an interesting night, though.
Also, viewer text, I work on Thursdays and Fridays, college boy. Do we have
full half days for him, though.
Do we have witnesses down there that can witness this whole deal?
And he works quarter days on Thursdays and Fridays and half days the rest of the week.
Yep. You can't forget about his afternoon nap because he is getting a little bit on the older side. So he probably already took his nap for the
I heard
day.
a rumor that he brought a recliner into the office.
That would not surprise me. You never know what Troy's cooking down there. 1-2. Tried checking his swing. He did not check it. He went all the way. Strikeout swinging for Bradley Dean. 3 up, 3 down once again for Mount Vernon for the top of the 7th. 5-0 your score. It's stretch time here at Cadwell Park. Back in 2 minutes on Live Ticket TV.
We're your local one-stop shop. This is Angela, owner and operator of Amcota Farm and Home Center. From the DIYers, fixer-uppers, to contractors, we have what you need to get the job done. Building supplies, Valspar paint, and tools. Crystal X tubs, fencing supplies, and bog boots for your farm needs. We know how busy life can get. We offer delivery to make your life easier. Amcota Farm and Home Center on Dakota Avenue in Wessington Springs. Big city value.
If you love being outside, solving problems, and working with your hands, apply now at James Valley Landscape Solutions. James Valley offers on-the-job training in all aspects of the green industry, with modern equipment and technology and competitive pay. Benefits include overtime pay, healthcare, dental, vision, and more. Apply now at jamesvalleylandscape.com or in person at 600 West Spruce in Mitchell.
Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator is a proud supporter of the Mount Vernon Mustangs at the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator has been servicing the Mount Vernon area for over 75 years. See them for your agronomy and feed needs no matter the farming season. They will take care of all your grain handling needs as well. Mount Vernon Farmers Elevator would like to wish the Mustangs and all the teams best of luck at the state tournament.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park for the bottom of the 7th inning. We just got done stretching, and this half inning is brought to you by One Stop. Your convenient stop, whether coming home from a local day and you need a quick drink or heading to work, One Stop Convenience will take care of you at the pump and inside for your stomach. They're a big sponsor of the Redfield Dairy Queen team and a sponsor of the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament that ruled a hit by the Commissioner Brock Greenfield.
Yeah, it would have been a tough play either way, and Bradley Dean just couldn't quite get the throw there in time.
Now, Reed Harder up to bat, Cole, and he's got a pretty nice night throwing together here. We'll see what he does. But this could be fun to watch.
He's officially 2 for 2 with a triple in the first, a double back in the 6th inning. He also had an intentional walk back in the 3rd and scored a run on it. 5-0 your score. That inning still on the mound. Demers goes. Albrecht's throw down just about in time, but Schmidt couldn't wrangle it on the hop. Stolen base, maybe.
Schmidt's pretty upset about that. I don't know if you can read lips on the stream, but
no, I was not reading lips. I got a good guess.
Yeah. Well, 1 ball and no strikes to Reed Harder.
Oh, pitches by inning for the Florida pitcher in the Little League World Series, 10-10-9. He's working quick.
That'll move it along.
Harder. This one's skied over towards the dugout. It will be over the net.
Stays alive.
Not a play.
It always happens twice a game.
I really want to see something happen here, Cole, just for the fact of seeing it happen.
Yeah, I think we all know why you want to see it happen.
You don't?
I said we all.
Oh.
What part of we don't you
No, I
understand?
was just making sure.
Again, we thank you all for tuning in. All 37 games of the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, both Class A and B here in Mitchell, all exclusively live streamed on liveticket.tv. You can also watch them back in the archives. In case you're just now buying this session, you want to go back and watch a previous session, you can purchase that one as well. As South Dakota, I believe, has its first base runner of the ball game on a 6-pitch walk.
No kidding.
This one's skied up. Going to hit the overhang? No.
Barely misses. Somebody got a really, really rude awakening behind us if they were walking back there. It's hailing.
It is.
Oh, wait.
Baseball-sized hail in Mitchell, South Dakota. Oh, wait.
Only one.
Two, no outs, runner on second base. Harder is in there and takes a breaking ball straight over to Chase Hetland at third base. L5 for out number 1.
Well, that's going to make it hard now.
For winner Colome, the catcher, Chandler Bakley.
Hey, yo. One. Sorry, I had something in my throat there. 1 out.
Did you?
In the bottom of 7. That'll bring up Chandler Bakley, the catcher. Watches the first pitch, breaking ball in there for Steve Reich, number 1. He's 0 for 2 on the night, grounded over to third. Advanced in the 3rd inning on an error by Hetland over there at third and walked in the 6th.
That one real close. He about went. Everything besides the hands, the wrist went.
Do we get a replay of that one?
No.
I take that no response from the production truck as a no. 1-1. This one's going to be popped out into right field. Deinert will size it up and make the catch, and he will throw into the cutoff man, Schmidt. And that will be out number 2. F9 officially in the book.
Aiden Barfus steps up to the plate. So far, he has struggled today for his standards.
Yes, he has, but he is officially, he's 0 for 2 or 0 for 3.
I think he's over 2.
Joe wants you. Just get this to him.
As he is officially 0 for 2, yes.
Yeah, for his standards, it's probably not where he wants to be, but he can change things up real quick with one crack of the bat.
2 outs, runner on second is Demers. Yo-oh, swung on and tipped. Route number 1 is now we've got a mound conversation as South Dakota has worked a full count once again to Florida's stud pitcher. And this is the best part about the Little League World Series. They mic up the manager for these. I love it.
I know. I wish we could do that. Or get an ump cam. That's the next thing we're working on.
That's true.
Before we do replay, we're going to get an ump cam.
Checked his swing, but they're going to say that he went for strike number 2.
I was talking to a member of the Baseball Association the other day, and I was like, we should just get TVs put down in the dugouts. And he's like, I think we should do that. I'll bring it up. And I'm like, okay. But I think that has to go over with the board first.
Yep, that'll have to pass through a lot of places as Barfus flies one out to center field. Negebauer will camp under it, and that'll be Out number 3 for Winter Colome. No runs on a hit, no errors. They're going to leave one man on. After 7 innings of play, we are 5-0 your score, heading into the top of the 8th after this on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Each family's needs are different and special. Will Funeral Chapel will listen with sensitivity, answer all questions, and respect your choices. The Will Funeral Chapel staff can assist you in planning and coordinating all the details. They will explain all the different options to make you feel at ease and most comfortable with all the decisions. Find out more by visiting their website at willfuneralchapel.com. Their sincerest hope is that you and your family will be comforted by their efforts.
Welcome back to Cadwell Park for the bottom of the 7th inning. And this half inning, top of the 8th. This is not updated on the scoreboard. That's where I looked. This half inning brought to you by Jorgensen Land and Cattle. When you lease or buy a bull from Jorgensen Land and Cattle, you can have full confidence that you're choosing the best of everything. They're a big sponsor of the teams from Winter and a big sponsor of the South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Cole, top of the 8th here. And the Stangs got to get rolling.
They got to get something going offensively as they're currently, let me do some math here, 22 up and 21 down, with the one base runner being a hit by pitch in the end of the 3rd inning there.
Yeah, you can't score runs without base runners, and I mean, it's got to start right now. Cole, can you give us an update of what's going on in the Little League World Series as far as South Dakota?
Update in the Little League World Series, South Dakota has bases loaded, nobody out, and their leadoff man is at the plate. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. And here at Cadwell Park, Schmidt watches one just outside for ball 1. Just call me Kevin Harlan. So we got 0-2 in the Little League World Series, 1-2 here at Cadwell. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Strike number 3, Jonas Schmidt goes down swinging. Eric Giblin now the batter. The 0-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3 at the Little League World Series. So now bases loaded and 1 out. That's the 6th strikeout for the Florida pitcher. I just missed his name, but it's white text on a yellow background. My eyes can't see that.
And they should have done green.
Giblin.
That one fouled off.
I was going to say, fouled on, as we now have an ESPN score alert. No, nobody cares about that. It's the Phillies, bro. The 0-1, going to break down and in for ball 1. 1-1 now to Giblin. Kinnick Noble, the catcher. 0 for 1 on the night at the Little League World Series. He's down 0-1. Giblin watches strike 2 back here at Cadwell, and now we've got time called at Williamsport. Are they at Williamsport right now?
This game is,
Okay, yeah. I couldn't quite remember. I knew that's where the final games were played, but...
Yeah, I think this game's on ESPN, the actual ESPN, and is in the main Williamsport ballpark.
Because I know they have like 4 ballparks in that same vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
But this does, because you can see the hill. There we go. Yeah, there we go. 2-2 delivery from the Goose to Giblin, down and away for ball 3.
That one had some velocity on it.
We go over to Pennsylvania, the 1-1. That's well outside. Ball 2.
Yeah, South Dakota looking pretty good right now, getting base runners on at least.
Again, we are scoreless in Pennsylvania. Back to Cadwell, the full count. Swung on, grounded back, and fouled into the net.
Eric Giblin staying alive for himself.
Yep. That's a veteran move right there. Make contact on a defensive swing, and now in Pennsylvania, that one's skied up and probably going to hit the press box. 2-2 at Williamsport. 3-2 here at Cadwell.
From the folks I've talked to that have been to Williamsport, say it's quite the complex, and it's not just the baseball fields that are quite the complex. The whole town is pretty much designed for this tournament specifically.
as Giblin fouls yet another one back into the net. The full count delivery from the Goose upstairs for ball 4. Giblin draws himself a 9-pitch walk.
Second base runner for the Stangs. And a strikeout. And Pennsylvania is now 2 down.
J.J. Feliciano, the pitcher for Florida, has 7 strikeouts through 3 2/3 innings. Look at that bender. I know I couldn't hit that.
Well, yeah.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. Brady Albrecht, the batter. He struck out looking in his 3rd.
Yeah, I'd say Brady's trying to get this to a 3-run ball game real quick.
Looking in the 3rd, grounded to the pitcher to end the 5th inning. This one popped up over the press box and out of play.
Barely.
0-2. Ryan Henry is now the batter.
South Dakota State football is his favorite team, he says.
It's the wrong pick.
I suppose he's got a sibling
or I was going to say.
Or a family member who plays for him.
The 0-2 delivery down and away. Albrecht does not chase.
Big spot here for South Dakota Little League.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
not sure who's calling which game.
Yeah.
The 1-2, as the scoreboard says, 0-3. Fouled back to the burger stand.
Landon.
And Charlie, tell me what just happened.
On what? I wasn't watching. They scored
We missed the one score.
Can you rewind it?
We missed the one score in the Little League World Series.
I think
game.
it might have been hit by a pitch. I don't want to confirm
No,
that.
I can guarantee you it was not. You cannot go backwards on the ESPN. Oh, here we go. We got a replay. Henry.
Never mind. That should have been a foul ball, right?
No, it didn't hit him.
Oh.
As the shortstop made a diving play and then couldn't get the ball there in time. RBI single for Ryan Henry of the South Dakota Little League squad as they lead 1-0. In the bottom of the 4th, Albrecht lifts one to left field. Barfus comes in. He makes a sliding grab for out number 2. So now 2 outs here back at Cadwell, and that'll bring up Cameron Deinert. Grounded over to third base in the 3rd, struck out swinging in the 6th. Luke Fenton, the batter, he enjoys cooking. That's also one of the better parts I like about the Little League World Series. Is a little tidbit they say about it, and as Deinert watches.
So again, just going back to the kids that I know that went to this thing, they said the questionnaire they get is massive, and they only take the bits and pieces. Like the producers pick out certain things, but it's a huge questionnaire that details all sorts of different things and biographies.
Deinert going to ground one over the left side. That'll be in for a base hit.
Breaks up the no-hitter, too.
Say the no-hitter is officially gone for the Goose. So 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. That'll bring up the pitcher, DH Derek Denning.
First time I get to write H on here.
Pitcher DH Derek Denning.
Denning hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning and grounded to second back in the 6th.
It's amazing. It's only his 3rd at-bat here. We're this late into the game.
Yep, 3rd at-bat, and we're in the top of the 8th inning as that one's foul. Back at Williamsport again, your score 1-0 in favor of South Dakota. They still have the bases loaded and 2 outs. Denning swings and misses. No, they're going to say he tipped it, and it went foul.
He ticked it.
Good camera shot there. You can see the wind and the trees in the background, but you really can't see it on the flag out there in center field. Also can see a bit of the good crowd we have on hand. Might get a good crowd shot between innings as South Dakota Little League.
They get a hit?
No, they will live 3 on board, but they do score, so it's 1-0. End of the 4th inning. They've got 3 more innings down there in Williamsport.
That might be the deciding run, honestly, the way it's looking.
That might be. The Goose fires. This one's flied out foul. Over by the commissioner's tent.
You know, I don't think the camera that we have in center field facing the one you're seeing right now, that shot's not really doing it justice for the crowd that's on hand today. It's a pretty nice crowd. That one bends in, and Denning's going to get a hold of it.
Lift it out shallow center. It'll drop. Base hit for Derek Denning. Eric Giblin will round third. And Giblin will score. The scoreless game now for the Mustangs is officially off the books.
All of a sudden, Cole, I mean, the Mustangs tallied their first 2 hits in a row. And you put probably the fastest guy on the diamond right now up there to bat. We're going to have a few more balls brought to Lloyd Jones. But 2 down here, what the Mustangs can get done is going to determine what goes on here in this 9th inning and how much work they actually have to put in.
Spencer Negebauer struck out swinging in the first, flew out in foul territory to end the third as he watches that one well inside for ball 1. And now the catcher Bakley will take time, and he flew out to right field to end the 6th inning. And now we're going to get an official mound visit. As I'm not positive, but I believe Connor Hopkins may be the acting manager here.
Little shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, and his wife, Missy. Johnny Kirchner is watching all the way from wherever he's probably his home tonight.
My guesses would be Lennox.
Yeah, Lennox.
But you do never know.
Yeah, but either way, shout out to Johnny and Missy for tuning into our stream tonight. We're hoping to give you the best we can as far as our production.
Oh, look at that shot.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Why can't they do that well, we're doing that next year.
That was a 9-3-2 throw out at home plate. There they showed on ESPN. Slowed it down, stopped time, showed 3 different camera angles. Jody, I hope you're taking notes over there.
That's probably got to be close to $1 million worth of cameras.
At least. Quickly, 1-2 is the count to Spencer Negebauer.
I think Gracier's feeling a little bit better after that conversation. Yep. He's got a lot more of aura, if you will, up there on the mound.
The 1-2 delivery, popped high in the infield. Reed Harder will range over. And no, it'll be Solik that will make the grab for. Are you in need of high-quality lumber for your next project? Looking for top-notch agronomy services to keep your crops thriving? Need a reliable source of propane and fuel for your home or business? Look no further than Tabor Lumber Co-op. Whether you're a seasoned contractor or a DIY enthusiast, Tabor Lumber Co-op has everything you need to get the job done right. And with their competitive prices and top-notch customer service, you'll be glad you chose Tabor Lumber Co-op for all your lumber, propane, and agronomy services.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The right nutrition, animal health, and record management is key to having a profitable cattle program. That's why you want to work with the people at Farmco, who will take the time to learn your operation and help you grow your business. We are your full-service agriculture provider of feed, seed, animal health, farm, and ranching equipment built on terrific service. Get to know Farmco locally owned and serving you in Chamberlain, Platte, Winter, and east of Kimball at the Paragon. Visit us online at farmcosd.com. Farmco, feeding your future.
Agronomy Plus in Mitchell, Rock Creek and Howard, and Valley Station in Armour are your 100% locally owned team of agronomy experts. We offer Agronomy 365, which provides info in real time to make decisions that result in better, more profitable farming. We know you and your operation with service beyond compare. Get a jump on spring planning with Agronomy Plus in Mitchell, Rock Creek and Howard, and Valley Station in Armour. We are ag done right, the American way.
And welcome back to Cadwell Park for the bottom of the 8th inning. This half inning brought to you by Farmco, locally owned and operated. Farmco is a full-service feed, seed, and animal health farming and ranching equipment provider serving the Midwest. They're a sponsor of the Platte Killer Tomatoes in the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Cole, This could be the last chance here for the Pheasants to go up to the plate today. We're having a conversation that's going to bring Lloyd Jones out there and say, hey, let's move this thing along. Brady Albrecht.
That was, I could tell from his body language, that was the entire point of that meeting, was just to take as much time as possible. Just to maybe get the Pheasants off their groove a little bit.
Quite possibly.
Favorite food, Southwest egg rolls. You're going to have to tell me what that is.
I think they have those at the Back 40, no plug.
Really?
They have a bunch of different egg rolls there.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been there.
I went there the other day, and I had a smash burger that was up there with one of the better burgers I've had in this town.
Lamley is the batter, as that one's flying out, heads up to everybody in the grandstand.
Hudson Baker got that one.
Yeah, he did. He was there quick, too.
Yeah, he knew it was up. Lloyd Jones is out of balls, darn near.
Again? As now we're in the top of the 5th inning in the Little League World Series. Florida has 1 out and runners on first and second.
South Dakota's got to get out of a jam. 0-2 count here, though, in Mitchell. That could be trouble.
Well, that's over.
No, never mind.
That's over to the black hole, a.k.a. Spencer Negebauer out there in center field.
That's exactly where the gap is supposed to be, Cole.
Yep.
But, nope.
Let's see. We have 1, 2. That is just the second flyout to him all game, and it's been the last 2 outs. So that will bring to the plate Austin Ritchie. Ritchie walked, lined out to first, and singled with 2 RBIs in that big 6th inning.
And bases juiced here, station to station in Pennsylvania. Can you full screen that, Cole?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Also, our cameraman is MIA.
Oh, we got him. Can you run the cameras?
Yeah, we got Cannon.
Yeah.
Cannon's running the cameras.
Yep.
Don't worry, you'll get his game check, too.
You're good for right now.
Got a mound conversation. Nick Corton, the manager of the South Dakota Little League team.
What a South Dakota name, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. 2-1 to Ritchie upstairs for ball 3.
Ritchie has got on base once today, looking to make it twice. We'll see what this pitch says.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. He's gotten on base twice, by the way.
That's right. That's right. He walked.
He walked. Full count, 1 out. Denning fires. That's going to plunk him. Inside. Would have been ball 4 anyway.
Gonna have a run score, maybe?
Yeah, we do have a run score on the single by the Florida squad. So in the top of the 5th, we still have 1 out. Bases are still loaded. It's now 1-1.
For winner Colome, the shortstop, Dylan Solik.
This pen's killing me.
Is it?
Yep. Was a really good throw by the center fielder. Holy cow.
You gotta figure smaller fields, though, too.
I don't care how small the field is. That's a dart. We've got action in the winter bullpen. I believe that is Reed Harder down there in the bullpen.
He's got, what, 1 save on the season?
I do believe so. Solik grounds over. Going to take a hard hop.
A hit is what it's ruled.
It's officially going to be a single for Dylan Solik because it took a really bad hop over there for Hetland at third base. Runners on first and second, and now we've got a fly out in the Little League World Series game. They sent the runner. Throw was in time but not handled, and Florida will take a 2-1 lead in the top of 5.
And all of a sudden, the run's pouring in. Teams getting a little bit more comfortable in Pennsylvania. You got to win your first game.
Oh, and Florida got aggressive. They sent the runner home when they thought they weren't expecting it, and South Dakota tagged him out. That'll be the end of the top of the 5th inning. Florida gets 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 men on.
And I think Florida's pretty upset about that. They might even be calling for interference on the initial run.
As that was Austin Calhoun. He'll loop one over to Hetland, and then it'll be a pop fly 5. And now we're
getting a light show.
Oh, a little light show, and the South Dakota managers are talking to the home plate umpire. I'm not really sure what about, but look at that light show in Williamsport. That is sweet. Okay, so here's going to be the full play on the ESPN replay.
I think they're calling for interference at home.
So...
Never mind. I don't know how you can call that.
Yeah, that's nothing. But then here's what happened afterward is the pitcher got the ball. He turned around, and then the runner went home. They threw it home, and he was out by a mile. Got the call. I'm not sure what these South Dakota managers are trying to get here.
Maybe he left early. That's what they're...
Well, no, the ball, there was never time called.
I don't know why you wouldn't just say, hey, let's go. We got him out.
As the Goose in the top of the order is up, they're going to say he did go around here in the bottom of 8. 5th time through the lineup. He struck out, walked, struck out, and advanced on a fielder's choice, but that was to end the inning. I still don't know what they're trying to decipher here.
I'm not sure either.
They've shown the replay like 9 times. He's out. The 0-2.
Gratian thought about going with that one. He leaned a lot.
Missed outside for ball 1. I mean, he is out.
Do you have closed captions on that?
Yeah. But they're going to be crappy automatic ones.
Right.
I don't even know what. He's out.
Yeah, they call him out.
Yeah. But I don't know what the South Dakota managers, though, were discussing. I don't know what. Oh, he didn't have his... What? He made the catch barehanded. He didn't have his glove. Swing and a miss for strike 3. The Goose goes down swinging. Winter Colome doesn't score. They get a couple hits. Excuse me, 1 hit. No errors. They're going to leave 2 on. 8 innings complete. We're heading to the last chance for the Mount Vernon Mustangs. Top of the 9th coming up on Live Ticket TV.
You're committed to building relationships, to exceeding expectations, to serving your community. Choose a financial partner that shares your vision and your values. For 130 years, we've stood by South Dakotans. We've been there, we'll be there. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West, member FDIC.
C&B is proud to support our local farmers. Rooted in agriculture, we are committed to our customers. You can shop local with C&B, your John Deere dealer, providing you with new and used equipment, parts on hand, and service all year round. Our entire inventory is available to you online at DeereEquipment.com. C&B, proud to be your local John Deere dealer.
Welcome back to the last chance for the Mustangs. They got to throw up 4 points to tie. And obviously anything more they can tack on is what they got to get done. They have 2 hits on the day. Both came in the last inning. This half inning brought to you by the Will Funeral Chapel. The Will Funeral Chapel provides complete funeral services to the local community of Mitchell and the surrounding area. They're a sponsor of the 2024 South Dakota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. And the Mustangs need a hero here, Cole.
That is true. I was wondering where that song was. I'm not sure what Hot Rod's playing over there.
I'm not sure either.
Had to have been something along the lines of that. Was that what he was playing? Yeah, I didn't think so. Holtgren, the 2-hitter, as the Goose is still out there on the mound. Walker Holtgren on the night, grounded out over to first. He flew out to center, and he struck out swinging.
There's a big one.
That one's hit. Out into center field, ranging back and making the catch. Drew Demers for route number 1.
Well, we've had the opportunity and the great luxury of seeing a couple great finishes in the 9th inning in this tournament.
It's true.
Will we get to see another? I don't know.
But those were both Manny Corton, favorite TV show, Impractical Jokers. This is my favorite player of the tournament so far. But those were both in the bottom of the 9th inning, though.
Right.
But you never know. Top of the 9th. Need 5 runs. Need 4 at least. Down to just 2 outs to do it. Hetland the batter. He is 0 for 3. Grounded out to first.
Gracier's done a great job at controlling the game. And really besides those 2 hits, which he can't really do much about it, he's done a great job in every single aspect today.
Hetland grounds one over. Harder, can't quite handle it. He'll pick it up. No, he won't be able to get it up. And that'll be a base hit for Chase Hetland. Just the 3rd hit in the ball game, like you said. All 3 of them have come in these last couple of innings.
Well, Brad Dean steps up, and Cole, let's talk about Brad's night. It's not been ideal either.
No, 0 for 3. He flew out to right, flew out to second, and struck out swinging. So 0 for 3. This one's going to be looped into shallow left field. It'll be a base hit. Hetland will round second. He will not advance. He probably could have, but he does not. So runner on first and second, 1 out after back-to-back singles for the Mustangs.
And Jonah Schmidt has the opportunity to come up here and do something big in Cadwell, Cole, make this thing a little bit more interesting, and eventually bring up Eric Giblin if we get to that point. I hope we do.
1 out. First pitch outside for ball number 1. Jonah Schmidt 0 for 3, grounded out to short, struck out swinging. The 1-0, this one laced into left field. It's going to be a base hit. Station to station. No, it's going to be an error out there by Barfus. He couldn't quite get it. They're going to throw it in. Bradley Dean will advance to third.
So he said a hit and an error.
Hit, error, I believe. I'm not quite sure how he's going to officially score that. But I believe that's what he said. So we got a hit by Jonah Schmidt. A run will score for Hetland on the error.
I don't know if the folks on the cameras can hear me, but who is in the bullpen over there? Waiting on it?
Is that big number 34, Connor Hopkins? As now we've got a mound conversation, so just one error. Well, there was 2 errors, so they did officially rule 2 errors on that same play. That is big number 34, Connor Hopkins.
Here's the thing, Cole. You get Eric Giblin up here. If you can get him on base somehow and bring up Brady Albrecht, he's got some power.
He does.
And he can make things real hairy. It's 2-5, as the scoreboard is not quite correct. That one chopped foul.
Again, Giblin 0 for 2 on the night. Struck out looking. Flew out to right field and walked in the 8th. Also scored a run. So 0-1 the count. 1 out to Giblin. Schmidt got some decent speed over there at first. That one's going to be inside for ball 1. 1-1.
I believe I see Artis Overwig walking up in a Four-Corner shirt.
That is true because Buggy Overweg plays for Four Corners.
Oh, really?
Yes, he does.
Well,
Remember when I went up and did that game last year? I don't know if I ever told you this story, but I show up, pretty early. So it's just me and probably half the players from either team, and I'm just walking around, and he comes up to me and says, "Are you Dale Larsh's kid?" I'm like, I am 3.5 hours from Mount Vernon, and I'm still getting recognized for being Dale Larsh's kid. And sure enough, it was Buggy Overweg. Giblin grounds over to third. Richie fires a second to Harder for 1. Over to first. It is in time. Double play to end the game for the winner, Colome Pheasants. Good defensive play. 5, as you can see it on the replay. 4 to get this out at second and fires over. The foot did stay on in time. 4 out, number 3. Your final score here at Cadwell Park, 5-2 in favor of the winner, Colome Pheasants. Charlie, this is a really good game.
Yeah, it was a fun game, and I think Mount Vernon has something they can hang their hat on after looking at this performance, too. You play this team 3 times now throughout the season, and you pretty much get blown out for the first two, and you play a close game in this third and final opportunity here at the state tournament, and you go down by 3. Goes to show you that Mount Vernon, has a good base to go off of, but it just also goes to show you on the flip side of how good Winter Colome is this year, and there's a reason they're now 22-1 on the season, Cole. Winter Colome, a heck of a ball game. Derek Gracier on the mound. They threw together a really fun-to-watch ball game, too. Cole, they're going to move on, and they're not going to play until Friday, so I'd assume you probably see Gracier again on Friday. I can't imagine he threw too many pitches.
I actually think you're going to see Hopkins there on the mound, but you never know. Just some final line score games. Mount Vernon, 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors for them. Winter Colome, 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors for them. Derek Denning took the loss, 8 innings complete, 7 hits, 5 runs, only 2 of them earned. He had 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. He threw 129 pitches, 80 of them were for strikes. For the Winter Colome Pheasants, taking the win was Derek Gracier in the complete game. He allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. He threw 110 pitches for 78 strikes. Again, your final score, Winter Colome 5, Mount Vernon 2.
Fun game, Cole, and props to both these teams, and just goes to show you the strength of the Sunshine League this year, too. The Winter Colome Pheasants move on, and again, they're heavy favorites to win this whole thing. And these two teams we get to see next. They'll take on the winner of Four Corners and Garrettson. Both of these two teams, strong teams coming into this tournament, but I think Winter Colome said, hey, you know what, let's take a big breath now. We got past a team from our own league. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. I think we're going to be okay. And I think that's a big win for the Pheasants as they're moving on in this tournament. They're going to play Friday at 7:30 here at Cadwell Park. Again, they take on the winner of Four Corners and Garrettson, which takes place here in just a moment. We'll have that stream for you, Cole. A really fun game here by both of these two teams, and it's always good to see Sunshine League teams doing what they do.
Yeah, exactly. That's the Sunshine League baseball in a nutshell right there, 5-2 final score. Again, one final update in the Little League World Series. South Dakota trails 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th. They have runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs there in Williamsport. That'll be it for now. For Charlie Preen, I'm Cole Larch. Thanks for tuning in. And again, our next game, Garrettson will be taking on Four Corners in about 25 minutes from now, so switch over your streams. We will see you in about 20 minutes.